Okay, so welcome. We are live. Massive water change on my Nano tank that is long overdue. Basically, I've been working a lot and I didn't have time to do it. As you can see, we got some green slime algae that we're gonna get rid of over here. Some plants are covered in it. Sadly, all my freshwater shrimp died. Either my tetras ate them, which can happen, or either my tetras ate them, or they just died of natural death. So keep in mind, I won't be able to respond to any comments right now because I'm going to be doing a massive water change. So Beta's still alive. He's really, really old. If you watch my channel long enough, after he had the fin rot, he was never really the same. So that's why I like a lot of top water plants. But that's becoming a problem because my other plants are simply just not growing right now. So first things first, we're going to remove this LED light. And then we're going to remove this cover, which, as you can see, has some algae growth up here that we're going to clean up. And we got a lot of work on our hands. I'm going to be taking care of the sponge filter and the UV sterilizer light, which basically is going to be about 1 year old already. Yeah, 1 year old. So they last about 2 years. I'm going to have to buy another green killing machine later. But yeah, they last about 2 years, and this time it's only 1 year. So first things first, we're going to get rid of any extra plants that we got. So here's our stuff. We need a towel later, but I want to get rid of as many plants as possible that I don't need. A lot of the top water plants, they just love to grow very fast. So let's get this closer up so you can see what's exactly is going on. So you can see that's the top water plants over there that I'm just going to get rid of right now. So let's get to it. Sorry, this mount is killing me. We'll see. We'll see how long YouTube allows as a young channel. I mean, I got almost a 25,000 subscriber channel on a car and trucking channel. I don't know what the limits are for a new channel. I do have only about 500 some subs. So a lot of this over here I have to get rid of. A lot of this top water plants just grow very fast. The water sprite we're going to leave. So I'm going to get rid of a lot. And the temperature is 76.8, exactly how I want my tank to be. Sorry, my birds are a little loud, so get used to that. My beta is still alive, which is just a miracle, because he's an old beta that's been beat up already. I wish I could help him, but there ain't much. The tetras ain't bothering him, from what I've seen. He likes to hide away from them, so tetras won't really ever bother him, unless it's eating or something. A lot of times he actually runs away himself. So we got rid of a lot of the top water plants. This water sprite, I could never get it to grow. So here is a seedling, or whatever you want to call it, right over here. I don't know if you can see that. It's right there. I'm going to save it to the side and try to grow it in the substrate. This is a plant substrate from Petco, but I mean, hey, you never know. Maybe Petco sells junk, but it's been there for a while. And I've talked to a place in Greenville, South Carolina. It's where they have boba tea and stuff. They also have 2 fish tanks, and the water sprite is growing out of the tank like huge, like big time, like I've never seen before. And I mean, I've had it once, many years ago, and I had a big tank. And I've seen this water sprite get big, but a lot of times they seem to uproot, and I don't know why. I don't know why they like to uproot. So this right here, I got some plants up here are entangled. So here's another seedling that I'm going to try to plant into the substrate. That's another one. I'm just looking for seedlings that I could cut or separate on their own. So that's one over here. I might have to replant my other plants that I got down there. So might have to replant my cryptocorn and all that down to this section where there's more light after I take care of everything. So this tank is in much need of maintenance. I've been slacking you off a little bit, which I wish I wasn't, but I don't know. This local trucking job that I got really giving me a hard time to get to it. And I always got something going on the weekend. So let's get off the plants that have the slime. As you can see right here, that's like slime. I don't know if you can see through the glass, but that's just slime. Green slime that needs to go. So I'm going to take as many plants as I can. I trimmed some of my plants in here. See, that's just slime. I just got away. Plecos don't eat it. Don't really eat it. I got a long, thin, bristle-nosed pleco that's a male. My future plans was actually to breed them, but I don't know how to breed them. I have to do some research in there. I'm an aquatics. I've been doing this since I was like 8 years old, but at the same time, I don't know much. I know how to breed platies and guppies, but that's about it. As you can see, my cryptocon's doing well, but my Java fern, man, it ain't doing well at all. It needs some more light. So I'm taking out some of the seedlings here, as you call them, placing them to the side to replant them once I get everything cleared up. And this by no means am I done. So this cryptocorn is fine. It's really rooted where it's supposed to be. Right, another seedling of Java fern over here, which I'll try to replant. A lot of the stuff needs to be replanted. Like down here, I'm replanting these. I mean, it's really rooted in there, but I'm gonna have to replant them. There you go. Look at those roots. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but these roots are massive. Right here. I'll replant them once I'm done with the water change down where I need it to be. And this right here, I was trying to make a see, this is supposed to be this plant right here. I forgot the name of it. I'm not really good at aquarium with names anymore. I just love the hobby. Someone tell me the name of how to take care of it, I'll do it. But this plant right here, a little bit covered in algae, or the slime algae. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to put it where there's more light, because down here it wasn't really growing too well. And I will buy some more shrimp. I definitely need shrimp in my fish tank. And some more cleanup crew. A little bit on that in a bit. But looks like I am almost done with what I need to take care of to get out. I'm going to take as much plants out of here as I can so the hose picks up differently. Now, the other fun part comes. I have to sorry if this is a boring live video. I've never done a fish tank live video. So subscribe. I really need to hit that 1,000 subscribers and be able to afford a saltwater fish tank. I used to own a saltwater fish tank, but not anymore. Oh, there you go. Here's another seedling. I call them seedlings. I don't know what to call them. They're like baby plants. And then you look for baby plants that you can take out and replant, because I think I can replant these. But it's got to be really, really deep in the roots, and hopefully they don't die off. We'll see. My beta just likes to play dead here, but he actually ain't dead. He's just old. The water sprite, they never seem to like grow how I want them to grow. They like to grow as a top layer. So just we'll see how well it goes for the top plants. I got a little tub pond outside, but these top plants over here, I think they're duckweed. They grow too fast. You got to control them like every week, or otherwise they'll take over. Now, my pleco usually hides behind the sponge filter. This sponge filter is dirty. I haven't cleaned it up in a year. So, time to just clean it up. We're doing a 50% water change, by the way. So, just, I don't know if you could tell, but let's see here. For y'all to see. I am going to be cleaning. So the sponge filter is another tricky thing to do. Sponge filter, the sponge itself needs to be cleaned in a tank water so you don't kill any of the nice bacteria that you need for your fish tank. And then this right here, it has been a while since I cleaned anything, so that's why it's so hard to clean. But got this down to the T. Okay, just leave it in there. And now I gotta go get the UV sterilizer out of there, which is gonna be a task on its own because I gotta find the wires that lead to it. Like I said, this is a massive water change, and I'm trying to hurry up because I'm on a time crunch to finish this water change because I got some extra time, but still. So we got that out, and then we just need to get, I think we need to get, let's see, I'm almost done. All right. Should be it. I should be able to get the UV sterilizer out. There we go. The UV sterilizer itself, sorry I'm blocking it, the view, but UV sterilizer itself has a sponge, and I'm going to show you in a second, that acts like a filter. So I'm going to open it up. There it is, this nastiness over here. Right over here, this nastiness of a sponge filter. So, let's get that cleaned up in a hurry. Time for the water change itself. So we'll see how far we'll get down to getting it done and how much we'll pick up, but it's going to be a massive water change. I want to say I'm going to do probably, shoot, a 30-something% water change. So, let's pick everything up. Alright, it's picking up everything that I wanted it to pick up. That's really good news. Hopefully this tank gets cleaner now because of it. Oh, another seedling that I do not want to suck up. Very important. Okay, I'm going to go to the back of the tank. There's probably a whole bunch at the back of the tank that needs to be filtered up. There's a lot that needs to be filtered out. All right. Got that down to a T. That's it. About a 30-some% water change now. I'll leave the hose down here. Don't need it anymore. Gonna pick up some more plants that I actually do not need. All right, then very quickly, what essentially I'm going to do, very quickly, is I'm going to wash, I don't know if you guys can see, but where did the filter go? Oh, filter right here. I'm going to wash this filter, the sponge, and wash the sponge off in this dirty water. I want the filter clean, but I want the nice bacteria in there yet. So once that's gone, there's a second one from the UV sterilizer. All clogged up. This tank hasn't been cleaned in a while. Much needed overdue maintenance. Now, before I continue, I really trying to get rid of these plants. So in they go. I don't need them. I'm gonna throw them out. All right, that's the UV sterilizer we're gonna clean. That's the extra parts to the filter, the sponge filter. All right, let's, I'm gonna dump this out. You can watch the tank as the fish roam around, which is interesting. I bought like 5 neon tetras to begin with, and I ended up with like only 2. They do die out very fast, so I wouldn't even buy any more. They're just fine with 2. All right, I'm gonna move the camera in a second. I gotta get everything set up that I'm allowed to clean at the sink versus in the tank area. Give me 1 second, people. I'm just gonna throw these sponge filters back in here for now, because I actually need it for good bacteria. So let's clear this out quickly. Let's go to the kitchen and take care of cleaning the rest of this stuff. Now I got chlorine water, so that's why I did not clean the sponge filter in that chlorine water, because that chlorine water will just pretty much kill everything off. I'm gonna rinse this quickly. Don't need any more plants, so let's clean the equipment out. And get some more hot water to clean as much of it out as I can. That's clean. Alright. UV light is clean. I'm going to make sure it can open up fully. There you go. I can open up full. Just gotta make sure. Alright, that's cleaned out. I'll put that back in the bucket. That's clean. That's clean. I really don't care about algae growth in the actual tube. Just clean out the best you can, but it doesn't really matter about cleaning this. About that part. Now comes the part of getting water ready for that fish tank. So, believe it or not, it's safe as long as the water's not boiling. It's not scorching hot. It's not boiled. You could add this into your fish tank, but obviously you got to add like dechlorinator if you're doing that. So, some warm water, some cold water, and I should make up for the water that I need in my fish tank. Maybe pouring it into this bucket over here. So let's get that ready. Now we need a bucket of cold water only. Probably need 4 buckets of that cold water. So once that's filled up, I'll show you what I'm going to be adding into the bucket, because this is obviously chlorine water. You don't want chlorine water in your fish tank. But if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. It'll help me out. It'll be a day closer to owning some kind of reef tank. I really want a Nano reef tank so badly. So, alright, this should be the last bucket of water that we need to complete our water change. I will actually do probably one more bucket. Let's see here. Yeah, just do half a bucket more, so that's probably about 4 gallons worth of water. Just in case. I really don't know how much water I need back into my fish tank because, well, some of the water evaporated that I need. So, we'll see. We'll just mix the appropriate amount. Let's go back to the fish tank now. Okay. Back at the fish tank. Y'all enjoy now. Hopefully this amount of water will be enough. Not 100% sure, but hopefully it'll be enough. I'm going to back it up for y'all to see what it is that I'm working on. So let's get it worked on. So the equipment I've been this was dechlorinated water, so I'm gonna be putting the right things that I need back into that dechlorinated water. Neutral regulator, we definitely need that. I'm gonna add about, it says 1 level teaspoon for every. I think a level teaspoon is a capful here. Either way, it should be enough. Because the pH in my city is really low. It's like 6.5 or 6 even, or something like that. Okay, a couple drops of prime should do it. Or squirts, I should say. And we will need also a tad bit of salt. I really don't measure how much salt, according to salt I put in. but I just put just a tiny bit, not much actually, just a tiny bit. It's not even like, it's probably like a teaspoon or something, but it's just a tiny bit, so nothing crazy. And then I did forget to do one thing though. We gotta clean up the glass. Once we're done with that, we can move on to filling it back up with water. So once we clean up all the glass, so what I like to do, in my case, is I put a towel in between my algae magnet. That way it dries up and it's not wet. Now let's see what else we got to add to this plate. I already did it, but I'm going to go ahead and add some more prime because I want to make sure there is no chlorine. So after that, let's go assemble our equipment back, our filtration equipment, which I'm going to bring it back closer so y'all can see me doing the filtration equipment and getting back in there. So let's start with the UV. First we got disregard that. Let's start with the UV light. All right, here's the filter for that. I'm gonna put it back on, and then we're gonna clip it. All right, it's even clipped on. Sucker came off its suction cup. It's even clipped on. Sucker came off its suction cups. And then this contraption is always coming out, so we gotta do that. Next, I'm going to get the sponge filter back on, and right after I want to quickly let's get this hooked up properly. All right. Okay. Nope, that doesn't go like that. I think it goes something like this. No? Oh, like that. And then we gotta go put this over here like this. Now we gotta connect this over here like that, and then there we go. It's back to working. Now I want to replant all my plants quickly. I don't know what to do with this this duckweed yet. There, I got so much of it. It's crazy. Going to throw out as much as I can because I really don't need it. I might need it right now. We'll see how, because what happened is when I did the water change, the water level went low, so all the duckweed that was concentrated in one area and the clumps are no longer in those clumps. And I don't want to have too much duckweed. We'll see if I'm going to add them back. Next, let's go plant some water sprite. Let's see if it works. Water sprite needs to be really deep in there from what the guys told me at the shop in Greenville. So hopefully that's the case. I have a whole bunch that I like to try and plant. Water sprite, for some reason in my fish tank, like to uproot or die, maybe because they don't have enough light, and not be in the substrate. They just like to uproot and grow like that, but they do not like being in the substrate. And I want them to grow out as much as I can. Now, another thing I like to take this poor plant is sadly dying, so I'm going to try to concentrate it in this area and see what happens. See if it's going to grow with that light, basically. It's just the duckweed that I got in here. They really do like to take up all the light. And basically, every week you're supposed to come and control the duckweed growth. Haven't been able to do it that much, but it is what it is. And then this is my cryptocorn. I'm going to plant right over here, deep in that substrate. And then I got, obviously, my Java fern that I'm going to plant and see how well that works. Fortunately, Java fern has not been really growing in my tank the way I wanted to. Hopefully now it will. Now that I replanted it where I want it to go. So we'll see how these plants take over in a little bit. Now it's time to add water back, and that's gonna be a pain in the butt to do that. So add water back. I gotta do this, but also I do that so the substrate doesn't really make a mess. But also I gotta connect my UV sterilizer back again, which is a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. Alright, that's one plug. Now let's get the other plug in. Alright, that was pretty rough and hard to do that. But let's get this back in order again. One thing I don't get is why it was supposed to work. Now I don't know why it ain't working. See if that does anything, really. Man, my UV sterilizer was working and now it ain't, which I've never had an issue before. So I cannot tell you exactly what's going on. That sucks. My UV sterilizer stopped working. I have no idea why. Well, that was the first that I had to prime my UV sterilizer. These are self-priming. I never had to prime it, but at least, hey, at least it works. Now that I primed it, I don't think I'm gonna, or probably maybe a piece of dirt got stuck into it, and that's what happened. I have no idea, but all right. Alright, it's back on track how it's supposed to be. Now all my duckweed is out of order, out of whack for sure now. So, let's see if we can get it to work. Got a long way to go. Filling it up with water. And at least we got the UV sterilizer to work again. That's exactly what we need. I need to buy one by the end of 2025. Again, because I think it only lasts 2 years, and they don't make replacement bulbs for the small green killing machines. They do for the big ones, as far as I know, but not for the small ones. And I think it's recommended you replace it every 2 years. But honestly, though, if your UV sterilizer has like a side viewing glass to see if the light is on or off, because you're really not supposed to look at it, you'll be able to know if the UV light is burnt out or not. And with the small ones, you can't. Even with the big green killing machines, you cannot. So I do like it when they're the Suns, which people say do not buy a Sun eBay UV sterilizer. I had one in my reef tank for like 3 years when I had a big 90-gallon reef tank, and I've never had an issue. Didn't do its job 100%. I mean, the algae was kind of in check, but it would never do its job 100%. So, all right. So once that's taken care of, I could assort my plants the way I want it to. I think that's good enough after this cup. There you go. Perfect. All right, let's give these plants an assortment that I want. Alright, I think I got it. Might be able to add like a piece of straw and keep that duckweed in check. Like put like something that will not let it grow after a certain point, which will be pretty cool if I could do that. But let's add some more prime. Very important. And let's add some more. That's water clarifier, and then we do have some amazing Vital by HDU plants. That's for plants. Haven't added any in a while. A little more. I gotta close it because I don't want to overdose, but it's not like I dose it often. There you go. Now my duckweed is exactly where I want it. They're clumping up together. Still need to find a solution to where I can keep them in check and they don't grow. They don't really grow past there. If I could find that, that'd be perfect. But I don't know if they sell anything that would stop it from growing. So last thing, before anything, is I gotta clean off the top with the towel quickly. There's some algae growth on it. Don't have to make it too clean, but it's gonna get dirty anyway, so it's fortunately I lost my coolie loaches. They kind of like to escape in the corners, so if I buy any more bottom feeders, gotta make sure everything's closed for them not to be able to come out. So just to finish up this, let's go ahead and put the main light back on. Voila. And there you go. Just gonna wait for it to clear up. But I think we're good to go now. We should be anyway. Most definitely. And we're good to go.